Yeah, it really does. You've got the combination now, Snap Invoker, a lot of wombo combo in regards to your
10
damage output.
seconds remaining.
You banned out the Shadow Demon as well, so another good
5
save if they go
seconds
down that
remaining.
route. But how?
All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Radiant
Okay.
team
I want to
pick.
see a position 5 Faceless Void, and I want to see a carry Morphling who then gets an Ag Scepter for the Spirit Breaker.
Interesting. Interesting.
It's not bad.
Dire
Not
team
bad.
You can blow up targets pretty damn quickly. That makes things a little bit more difficult. So that's just that chain lockdown, being able to burst people down from the that instant CC. You know, you're always going to be able to get that Blink Jagger Rolling Thunder, chain that into a Dream Coil,
10 seconds
a Waning
remaining.
Rift, and then of course all the burst damage that can come from a Tiny. So if you did go the Morphling,
5
or hell,
seconds
even the
remaining.
Faceless Void now at this rate, you are kind of vulnerable if you're caught out on your own.
I don't think Puck can be flexed anymore. I think the hero was nerfed pretty heavily where the flex potential is not as great as what it used to be. So I think they're
But
going
this is a Yopaj Puck. Let's remember that.
Yes, I'm just saying in regards to how they're playing the lanes. Like, I don't think there's a lot of flexibility with Boom. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Palos Tiny, CTM IO, you got Tim's on the Pango, Yopaj playing Puck. I'm not saying he's not a good Puck player. I'm just saying in regards to, I don't think FBZ can play it and you can't put it on a support. So I think the hero is very one-dimensional now at the moment in regards to roles.
I want to see the Void, man. Give me the Void. Come on.
If they don't pick it now, then they will not have an opportunity. Boom will make sure it gets banned out. You don't see your offlane matchup, but you still at least you've got 18th pick, so you can protect it then with the
Radiant
last
team
phase.
Silencer.
There goes
Not bad.
Silencer. So, I mean, it's a great way to blow up the combo with the IO. Like you jump one person, drop global. There's no way I can protect you. Nice for us to Puck the Puck and just go your scepter if he
10
wants to.
seconds
Maybe
remaining.
mitigating the Pango as well.
5
Does their lineup
seconds
just
remaining.
look awkward on Galaxy Racer though?
A Void ties it all
Dire team
together.
back.
You know, so you can deal damage inside of the Chronosphere, you know, and you can scale if it gets to the super late stage. Your lane shove is pretty awful though against it, but it's not like you're going up against a Beastmaster or a Lycan or even a TA or a Terrorblade, so it's still kind of slow on
10
booms for
seconds
pushing.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
They gotta ban it. If they don't get rid of the Void. Imagine they don't get rid of the Void and the Galaxy Racer just don't even pick it. I mean,
I wouldn't say I would be tilted, but I would be like, but why? I mean, I can understand why. You know, like I said before, Puck, if you get that initiation onto him, you do have the potential to blow him up pretty
10
damn quickly.
seconds remaining.
But I feel like it's such a great Void game overall.
5 seconds remaining.
They might look to go for a hero that can be a little bit tankier in regards to their one, because I do not think you can have multiple heroes that will be blown up from the Tiny. I mean, it's going to be even Puck for that matter as well if it's Yopaj playing it. But you've got Silencer, Invoker, Snapfire can get a little bit beefier because of the strength, but we saw what the Tiny could do in game one, and the way that this hero really scales and has a good game is off the back of early pickoffs. So
they banned my boy. They banned the Void. All right, at least they've got their head screwed on straight. Wow, is this an offlane Tiny?
I mean, it's offlane Puck. I didn't think they were going to do it. I really did not think that. Like, I mean, it could be a Pango offlane as well, because now you've got at least a range 4 if you do that. Didn't think they were going to do it. Lesh is gone, so they already kind of enabled the Phantom Lancer here.
5 seconds
Oh, man.
remaining.
All right. Gyro band, Lesh band.
Spirit Break is pretty decent against Phantom Lancer, though, provided he can charge through all the illusions. Yeah, that Greater Bash does a lot of damage if it gets to the later stages of the game.
Oh, man, this is not easy. I know where my hero sheet is.
What are they lacking? I mean, it is the carry hero that's good against a PL in this scenario. Do they just go soup? Like, give me the Arc Warden.
Okay.
That's fair.
Now select your
It's not bad.
heroes.
It's still standard fight.
Sven's kind of fallen out of popularity. It is a. Is FBC tiny? Okay.
All right.
Well, they do not have the greatest pairing with the IO. I really PL IO is not. You don't want to reveal the Phantom Lancer, which is a bit interesting. They've gone this route.
I think maybe in the super late game you can, but not early on when you are still kind of vulnerable to a lot of the damage that gets put onto you. Like remember, like OG won a TI with IOS PL combination, so you can never look to discount it. And not too much has changed about the heroes since then. Like of course, I received a little bit of nerfs, and the level 25 on the PL isn't quite as beastly as it used to be. So I feel like CTM, of course, in the laning stage, it's going to be nice just for the overall effectiveness against the Spirit Breaker. But once the early rotations start happening, I feel like it's going to be paired together with FBZ.
In Your Dream needs some hell of a retribution arc for Galaxy Racer to take this game. Otherwise, I'm favoring Boom pretty heavily. I am struggling to see how they're going to go late game up against this. This is such a good Phantom Lancer game, man. You don't have ways to deal with him. It's really on the Sven. It is really, really all on the Sven, it feels like, for In Your Dream. And he didn't have the greatest game one performance on the live stealer. It's a hero that can flash farm to an incredible rate. And he got nerfs slightly. We'll see how much that's going to impact him. But I mean, how you feeling? How you feeling about this game? Do you feel like the last big Sven has got the answers?
I feel like it was the best thing that they had left at their disposal. The Tiny has been a little bit of the PL counter as well, and Boom have been able to pick that up for themselves as well. The big question is, like, how good is this Tiny going to be in the laning stage? Because CTM, I think I saw, was paired together with him just to be able to give him that extra little bit of movement speed to get out to the lane. I wonder if they're going to actually keep it that way. Have CTM with FBZ for the laning stage, have Tim's paired together with the PL. Like, neither are amazing combinations, but I feel like once the team fights start to happen and once you get a base level of farm, I agree, Boom are in a really good spot.
I do think Galaxy Racer have to play off the back of running over this game. We'll see if the timings can come into play with... I mean, we were just in awe at how SMG were blocking the Ancients in the third game, and I think that was a big reason of why they could take it. Boom have to play the exact same. You've just minimized as many stacks as possible here for the Sven. Don't allow him to flash farm, because that is your avenue to take this game before the Phantom Lancer is a big issue as the game goes on. But for anyone that's looking to place some bets here for this game and the rest of the BTS Pro Series, then N1Bet is the perfect place to do so. You can deposit with digital wallets and crypto to bet on the Pro Series 8 matches. Enter code BTSDota on bts.gg/N1Bet and get an exclusive bonus without any wagers. And we are off and underway as the creeps connect on the mid lane here. Yopaj Puck, like you were saying, I mean, we don't see the hero too often, but when it's in the hands of Yopaj, it is a treat to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like it's going to have a pretty decent time in this lane. I mean, you're a Puck, you've got a decent amount of mobility skills, so even the Quaswex isn't going to be massively effective against you, considering it's all basically instant.
See how those rotations can come into play from Alacrity as well. But top, pairing CTM with Tiny, and then we've got Tim's actually down bottom here with Palace. Do you like the switch up they've done in the lanes for Boom?
I mean, I don't hate it. The Snapfire doesn't have the greatest range, only 500. Mizu's always going to be up in their face, so Tim's is going to get good value out of that shield crash. It's only 5 seconds though, so he's playing it correctly, making sure that he gets a little bit of damage out there, tries to get a few right clicks, and then looks to remove himself from the situation.
Yes.
Alright, so stick with me.
Okay.
I've talked about this before. The Ag Shard, though, on the Snapfire. To be able to reveal the PL, and then they can get the charge off and burst him down. That's the ticket.
There we go. Again, I think we said the same thing when Galaxy Racer were playing. We're like, hang on, I swear we had the interview. We're like, do you guys know that you reveal the Phantom Lancer because the stun bar comes up? I can't remember if it was them that was interviewed, but I think we have the same thing. We're like, hang on, I think it was them.
It was. I remember talking to KP about it, and he was like, "Wait, what? Really?"
Oh, yes.
So,
Yeah, that's vaguely familiar. We see this lane's going pretty... Oh, I mean, if Mizu gets another bash, that's first blood. Oh, Mizu. We've seen him on the Spirit Breaker go ape. I mean, he was like top of the net worth at the end of the game. I mean, that game did go 60 minutes. We saw him with the Giants ring, and I mean, he was just a goddamn menace. And with a start like this...
by the way.
Yeah, well, it's great to see. Oh, who knows if this one goes the distance? Overall, though, is...
You do a pretty good job at harassing out in the laning stage. Paulus
Radiant's
has been
courier
forced to
has
come
been
all the way
killed.
back underneath his tower, actually sitting at the bottom of the net worth in terms of carries right now, even looking to get rid of the courier. So, doing a good job here with Jokam and Paulus, just looking to chain together. I mean, there's always some luck involved in Dota, but of course with a Spirit Breaker, it just seems to be amplified up even further.
Mid lane, though, they're still clashing out at the moment. Park has got a bit of an advantage in regards to the last hits. Invoker needs to offset the damage he's missing without the XOR. So he's got the double null, sorry, the single null. Now it's going to start to work into the urn. And Europage is loving life here at the moment. Bottle working on his second null. So do you feel like both mid lane is going to play pretty similar just off the back of rotations?
Well, I feel like Europage is going to be much more active. The only time I'm seeing Alacrity make that kind of movement is if he picks up a haste or an invis rune, but in terms of just walking there, nah, definitely not. I would say that Europage will be the one to look
again
to
down
TP
bottom.
around his Dream Coil.
Mizu the cookie dive under the tower. Another kill here onto poor old Tim's, and they are just man fighting this lane to an exceptional level as they just have no answer at the moment from Boom.
Who we seen the other day play the Spirit Breaker? Was it Zhao Yu?
Yes, we've seen Zhao Yu played a couple times.
Yeah, and it always seemed like he was just a little bit too
Radiant structures are
oriented
fortified.
towards the rest of his team, whereas Mizu, he realizes, look, I might be playing the Spirit Breaker hero, but I'm still a core. I need to make sure that I'm maximizing my farm.
Alacrity? Oh wait, there's a man fight going mid at the moment. Europage. He might turn back. He's got abilities back up. Waning Rift Orb isn't enough. Plays around. But the cost regen and Alacrity will find it. Oh, that's a big kill.
Even just giving him the voice line as well. And yeah, he's just going to look to stay in the lane. I mean, that picks him up his urn. He's also... Does he have a salve coming out to himself as well? Not just the raindrops, which should be enough to keep him healthy. Top side as well, FBZ. Looking to make a bit of a move forward.
You know, Dream's going to be cautious too. Maybe
I don't know,
FBZ the
that
one's in trouble.
tower's doing a lot of work. Hello?
Oh, he went back. Oh, wait, Tiny gets away? They need one more right click. They won't get it. Now Pango dying again down bottom, this side by the outpost. Still keeping eyes on top if someone falls, but FBZ pretty low on mana at the moment. 4 early kills.
Never underestimate the Mizu SB. You know, you can say, look, you guys go the cheese all you want. You know, these heroes that you guys are quote unquote broken on. Well, we've got our own.
Top lane. This time they'll get some revenge on FBZ, or will they? CTM's IO's keeping him healthy enough, but one more swing of the great
Now he's a
sword.
slow boy.
Now CTM back out and away. Meanwhile, Tim's is trying to make a rotation mid, see if he can catch out Alacrity. Both level 6s at the moment. Europage looking to use his to more avail.
Just looking to try and protect the runes for now. It's going to be a regen as well.
Is
that
that-
Alacrity?
Cool. 4 deaths for Tim's. He's not having a game here like he did on game 1 with the Grimstroke.
Is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, this was the one way that, like we said, the early game had to go exceptionally for Galaxy Racer because this PL still doesn't feel like it's got a massive answer in the super late game. You know, maybe if you get a Blink Dagger on in your dream and he's able to find the real PL, pop the God Strength, then the stun, then, you know, you've got a small chance. But
Palos, he's in
outside of
trouble
that-
here. Bashed as well afterwards. Just out to safety. They're showing the prowess, though, that they can go head-to-head versus the PL. I mean, he's got 28 last hits, but it's going to get to a stage with maybe level 6 that Mizu's about to pick up. And that extra chain control could be enough. So I like that you have the Snapfire just leaving the lane, giving him some me time to find that solo experience.
And I talked about the importance of the Shadow Blade as well, right? Like, you've got this IO, you need to make sure that none of your movements are telegraphed, because you never want to just make any kind of charge super obvious so that you can set up for a counter initiation attempt.
Mizu's gonna bring a health, actually. What do you feel like he's looking to... Oh, mine is...
Okay, he just changed it up. I mean, you've got the status resistance, right? So you might be... His main role is just running into the puck as much as possible. They've even had to rotate CTM down to the bottom side just to make sure that Palos has some kind of game, because he's still sitting at the bottom of the carry's net worth.
I actually don't hate this choice at all, because when PL can start to get involved, a lot of his damage is going to be magical orientated because of the diffusal. So there's a lot of recognition that Yopaj, his magic, Tiny, is going to play off the Blink Dagger this game. So let's just be incredibly tanky and look to out-survive through the early game, and then just be a force on the map to prevent Boone from being able to farm.
I mean, even just with your bulldoze, right? You go up against the Dream Coil, you pop your Hood of Defiance, pop the bulldoze, and run out of the Dream Coil, and then you're happy to keep going.
We've seen what Mizu can do in regards to the stacks, at least to enable the cores. Not at the moment the Ancients. Tim's has already made his rotation to the triangle to try and prevent the stacks for In Your Dream. He's nothing to set himself up from. But regards to the net worth, 3 out of the 4 heroes from Galaxy Racer sitting around the top of the pack. We're just looking to find that experience, and you know, just after the 7 minutes, quite often it's a time to go back, farm up the jungle, look to find these neutral items, and then make a play off that.
Yeah, for sure. Mizu, he's hit up onto level 7 now, so looking really healthy. Put the 1 point into the bulldoze as well as the Nether Strike. He can definitely start to look making some plays, even into the puck. Right now, without the Blink Dagger, Yopaj is still a little squishy.
Mizu, I have to get pretty lucky here with the bashes if he finds the kill. Lucky shot makes it that much more difficult. Simultaneously up top though, coil drop, Alacrity's actually going to TP on forward. Doesn't get the initial tornado clap, but they do have at least get the detection. Simultaneously.
Going down again.
5 deaths.
Yeah. I mean, the silencers are a really good answer to the puck, though, right?
Dire's
Like,
middle tower is under attack.
even just paired together with the
Radiant
Invoker,
structures
those
are
urn,
fortified.
the Cold Snap
Dire's
without the urn
structures
doesn't
are
even need the
fortified.
urn, right? You're always going to have the Arcane Curse that's going to be
Radiant's
dealing those
bottom
little
tower is
increments
under
of
attack.
damage, and Puck's one of those heroes that constantly wants to be casting. So you're always going to be able to get a
Bottom
lot
lane.
of damage.
Your Dream. They have the coil to lock him in, so they're going to have to rely on FBZ to close the distance, and he will not be
Charge
able
is coming,
to.
though.
They're going to see it with the ward on Radiant, so they will at least be able to reset the position to form a blockade if Mizu connected with it. They're happy to just keep up for the farm at the moment, as In Your Dream. So it's trying to claim the top of the throne, which Mizu has at the moment.
It's totally fine if Mizu's having a good game, though. They're able to de-ward the Ancient Camp as well, so he's going to be able to rotate back there if he ever needs to and pick up some safe farm.
Okay, so you were saying in the draft that you think this Spirit Breaker is a decent way to deal with the Phantom Lancer. What's your reasoning behind that?
I mean, it's just all based off of the damage that you're able to do, right? Movement speed is damage, so he's just going to look to itemize all towards that. If he can get a Fey Grenade, it's just going to add to that on top of it. And you just need to make sure, like, as a Spirit Breaker, you never charge the hero at the front of the team fight. Especially as a core, right? It severely reduces the impact that you have. So he's going to be relying on as much on the rest of the team to start the plays to happen, and then charge through to the back of the team fight to make sure that he's dealing with all of these PL illusions.
Oh, Global Signs dropped.
It's a global.
First of the game, Mizu collapsing on Yopaj underneath the tier 1 tower. And this is a bit more of an impactful kill that they can find as well. Quite often it's been Tim's falling on the Pangolier, but getting rid of Yopaj, you're well and truly happy with that. They're looking for a smoke as well instantly. Alacrity, Yocam connecting together. Believe this was underneath the Observer Ward, so if CTM needs to, he can just relocate them out to safety. It of course cost him his life in the long term. He hasn't done it just yet. They'll break the tether. He's not even a relocate Palace out.
All right. Another good rotation coming through from the Spirit Breaker, and yep, now he's going into the Shadow Blade again, just wanting to prioritize all of that surprise coming through. Not sure what they're all laughing about.
6 horns.
Just join him in the laugh. No, they make an attempt on In Your... Okay. In Your Dream? Coil drop. Oh, Tim's misses. This might be time now for... Again, he misses. Oh, no, it's really not Tim's game. It's the artillery raining in from afar. They completely wasted the Rolling Thunder in Your Dream. He's also laughing as well as he claims kill and gets the stack. This is all Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, despite it being 1-10 though, it's only a 2k net worth lead. Like Mizu, you probably couldn't have asked for a much better start to the game. Same sort of thing with the Alacrity being able to get that kill against Yopage's puck. So we'll see if FBZ, with that freshly picked up Blink Dagger, and he's not really joined by anyone else.
You can't kill Alacrity, I don't think.
No, and even with the illusion, they're going to spot that they're standing behind here. They're going to attempt it.
Okay, the relocate,
Relocate's
Alacrity,
coming.
Tornado out.
Oh,
Does he have the
what a
ghost?
tornado.
What a tornado! Yurkem, an even better stun! They've got no escape, and now they're all gonna crumble. As they'll kill off the Tiny, the Penguin to join. As soon as they answer the mid-fight, boom,
Dire's bottom tower is under
have to
attack.
evaporate from the area. They're looking to try and hunt on forward, and this is just almost similar to what we saw. Boom had so much control in game 1, and now it's Galaxy Racer looking to start to invade the territory and get their vision up.
A freshly placed Observer Ward as well. I don't think Jokem's going to get rid of it, but they do de-ward up the... ward up the camp, so that the Ancients aren't going to look to respawn, but they could just look to make another one of those plays like they did onto Yopage previously in mid, right? You've got the Global Silence available again, you've got the Charge, you've been able to pick up multiple items towards building into that Shadow Blade for Mizu, so maybe they'll just look to pick that up first, get him to
Smoke on
TP
smoke.
back to base.
Dire are scanning.
Both nearby for the bottom river.
Again, root top.
Oh, it just could
Give
be
it a
the
bait.
same thing. Mizu's charging on forward on CTM. Smoke instantly popping. There goes the big cow. Who can they start on forward, however, Mizu hasn't got the damage just yet. They'll lay down the Global Silence, which does counter out the Rolling Thunder. So counter initiation finally coming through from Yopage, but the core is going to be broken. Do they have the detection? Alacrity is in a compromised position, but once again, the artillery being rained on the backline will give Alacrity enough time to reposition, and Mizu's back in Your Dream's also going to join him, and boom. They just don't have the damage in the tank on Yopage. He's going to be cautious on himself as well. A tornado to clip. Your Dream will not give him an opportunity to make it to the side as the Spirit Vessel will tick him through and through. Charge once again, Mizu. This time it's a little bit too deep. FBZ finding the jump. Alacrity doesn't have the infused raindrop this time, so he will end up falling, but In Your Dream still. God Strength going through all the health pool that Boom have. They'll deal with the Phantom Lance, and now the Ire combined with FBZ, the next on the agenda. There's Galaxy Racer. The trains are not stopping.
Oh, Mizu Spirit Breaker, you love to see it. That's a full Shadow Blade. Does he have something else coming out to him as well? Ah, just a clarity. I felt like he would have got more gold than that from that team fight, but it just shows what the Spirit Breaker enables, right? Multiple times able to charge through onto the backside of the team fight. Sure, they initially were able to use the Avalanche to prevent a lot of the big impact coming through from it because they didn't combo it together Global Silence, but I feel like it was some pretty good timing through from Pulse, and in the end, they're preventing any kind of relocate save, preventing the Rolling Thunder as well from coming through.
All right, this is a big attempt top. Palace with the Diffusal Blade, but...
Just gets the Shadow Blade in time. And now, you just need to run all the way back to base, get your mana back, and then come straight back into the team fight.
Oh, no, the miscommunication. The core's now expired mid lane. They're still going to look to jump in. Deafening Blast pushing them back. On top of the higher ground, though. Palos, he still doesn't have the damage on the Phantom Lance. So for one trade at the moment, Tims is still actually going to opt to charge up the Rolling Thunder. Maybe just giving Boom an opportunity to try and reset their position. But again, the Penguin is finding nothing, and Mizu's back involved. A Global Silence allowing them to control up Yopage. Next is FBZ. They are just outclassing Boom. There's seems to be nothing they can do in this game.
That's the thing, you're never out of a team fight as long as you've got Spirit Breaker somewhere on the map. And Mizu, he is getting
Dire's top
full
tower
use
has
out of this
fallen.
SB right now. 7k net worth lead. Oh, 1 kill away from the magic number.
That's honestly the only way I see him back in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're so far ahead. We really said they had to snowball this. Sven, top of the net worth. Doesn't even have BKB and they're this far ahead.
Radiant's bottom tower
My
is under
god, and
attack.
Alacrity's got Midas and he's had it for quite a while, so his farm is skyrocketing. And more importantly, he levels too. Well, let's
They've
just
even,
add it to the ninth
they're even
death.
building into an Aghanim Scepter on Jokem.
Oh, that's... Oh my god, so close. Tim still should go down.
Sorry,
They're gonna
CTM.
TP in. Toss back,
Be a little bit
Alacrity.
careful, but
Yes.
Tether was used.
Compromise his positioning up behind the tower though. In your dream, just
He's dead.
bringing down FBZ. They'll claim the kill with
Tower is
ease.
under attack.
Mizu TP's back, picks up his Ogre Axe, switches in a Dragon Scale, so he's even harder to kill,
Radiant's structures
and then just
are
charges.
fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Alright, should we go on game 3?
Radiant's top tower has
All
fallen.
signs point to yes.
Does your sign point to yes?
Radiant's top tower is under
All
attack.
signs, including mine.
Okay. That's probably what he's saying. 94%. The chance at the moment. Again, we were speaking about this late game Phantom Lancer, but when you're playing
Dire's
behind like
middle tower
this,
is under attack.
Dai can now itemize to deal with the PL. So, this is not going to be easy. I mean, hang on. Polison's
Snap
got...
steals.
Look how much
Yeah.
intel he's stolen.
Yeah. I mean, there've been kills everywhere. It's 18 minutes and they've got 23 kills. He's been involved in at least 10 of them. Solar Crest just to buff up In Your Dream's movement speed. They're even going for the gobble up on the Snapfire to be able to provide Sven that extra layer of help. And another global. Will he get the 17%? No.
Oh, finally something going the way, I suppose. Global now expanded.
What's he charging?
Where is he going?
Dire's
Oh,
middle
FBZ.
tower
FBZ all
is
the way to
under
the top.
attack.
Okay, they will
They
see
see
him.
him.
Oh, FBZ, you gotta
It's
get out,
very
brother.
important against, yeah, he does. In Your
Dire's
Dream
middle
previously
tower has
used
been
the
denied.
Storm Hammer, so not going to be able to get him before the TP. But yeah, against a Spirit Breaker, it's so important to make sure that you've got constant vision around the mid lane. That's obviously the most common
Radiant
point
are
that he's always
scanning.
going to be charging through.
Alright, so it does feel like Galaxy Racer... Right now, they need objectives. You know, T2 Tower is still very difficult to claim. Do you feel like... No, I was going to say, what are they waiting for to go into Roche? But apparently nothing. Or maybe just the Solar Crest with Polisson, I believe, just completed. So, in they go.
Yep, and Mizu, he's just playing distraction
Oh,
duty
this
right
time.
now in my mind.
Now, this time they'll catch out FBZ.
He's just trying to bash him closer back towards the team. Sunstrike gives him that valuable vision, and that's a dead Tiny. Should be.
Dire's bottom
More
tower
Spirit
is
Vessel
under
charges
attack.
as well for Alacrity. He's got 0 at the moment, so he's loving picking some up. Unfortunately, they
Another
didn't get the DD, which would have been nice to
Don't
claim
bash him,
Roche.
Alright.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Mizu.
Greetings. Silence.
Oh, Tim's
I mean,
is...
he's just making space. In Your Dream doesn't have a lot of help here, so even with the God Strength, he's going to feel a little anxious about trying to take
Maybe
this.
just
They might
jump
go for the charge
CTM.
onto CTM, yeah.
Okay, there's no tether target, so
Dire's bottom
they'll just
tower
rip
is
apart
under
the
attack.
IO and back into Roche. God Strength has only got a quarter duration left, and they have 1 point in
I feel like with Mizu they can do it.
Little shut up. There we go.
Double damage.
Maybe not. Alright.
No, even though Tim's is 1-9-1, he's still finding some farm across the map. Very close to the blinks. Philosopher's Stone, of course, helps. It's a game where he kind of having to go up against the BKB Pierce on the Spirit Breaker, but we'll see his impact so far hasn't been too great with the Pangolin in regards to the ultimates, but that could definitely make a quick U-turn as the game goes on.
I'm just waiting for the Spirit Breaker charge onto a target. Global Silence gets popped, as it has already, but also comboed together with Jokem gobbling up and spitting Sven onto the backlines, because he's only 850 gold away. So whoever gets charged is dying, period. Like, there is no way that they're going to live outside of an Aeon disc.
I know we're a bit far away from it, but it does still feel like Galaxy Racer are going to have a rough way to siege high ground. Because I think you can coil, toss back, or PL will have Agshard by then, or Yopaj.
One for Mr. Pook.
He doesn't have a blink to escape. Kind of playing around with the orb into
Nice
the
use of
yours,
the
but
global.
great use of the global silence. Looks like this time they should be able to claim the killer. Will they? Epizy.
Although, nice
Assistance
toss.
has arrived. Toss to safety. Now, meanwhile, Tims is controlling Mizu. Even CTM's looking to relocate, but Galaxy Racer, they still have the T1 location, so they can rejoin the fight instantly, but Palace, he needs help, and he needs it now.
Oh, no.
Is CTM enough? It's not. In Your Dream will cleave through the Phantom Lancer. FZ, all of a sudden, though, Sunstrike, they get the
got him.
detection. What a placement from Alacrity. There's a tiny sniffed out in the tree line, and it'll end up being a
He's just gone
2
for
for 1.
You can't be out here on a Wisp. This is the wrong side of the tracks.
Oh no, CTM. We'll see what he can do. He doesn't have any creeps coming by. Wait, Mizu? Okay. CTM's just like, I'm a ball of light, please, I'm friendly, don't hurt me.
Haste.
The question mark. Although
There's
give
no
him
way.
the stick. Just charge him again.
Yopaj is nearby. They don't get the Sunstrike stun, and yeah, Mizu's actually gonna have to back off, so CTM will keep his life.
I feel like it definitely needs to be like they can't just go for a straight 5-on-5 siege because Boom's high ground defense pretty damn decent,
Yeah.
right? Like you're always going to be able to have that way to keep waves pushed out. It needs to be a pick off into any kind of high ground. And with the God Strength, you are going to be able to do that. Of course, you mentioned the little shredder before, the Solar Crest, the Alacrity. So there is, of course, some potential to do it, but it does need to come after a team fight victory.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what Palace is going to look to itemize here. I do not think he can play in the middle of the fight. I think you have to play the outskirts. Aghanim Shard gives you a lot of capability to do that, but he went for the evasion talent. So, I mean, now do you go the next item, Ag Shard? I don't think you do now. Huh. Ooh. I mean, it's great versus the Sven and the Spirit Breaker. We'll see. I mean, Palace is quite the one. We'll see. He obviously believes this is not the way back in. He can get to the stage where he can stand his ground, but he's going to need a lot more items to do so, considering there's a 3,000 difference between the position ones.
A fresh Aghanim Scepter now picked up by Jokem. He's also level 12, so going to be able to combo that together really nicely with the Mortimer's Kisses. You got the Global Silence available. Paulson, he's got the one Perseverance queued up here. Of course, as a silencer, you've always got the threat of going into a Refresher Orb, but I feel like something like a Lotus isn't even that terrible this game, considering you're going to be up against the Puck. So always just to be able to get off the single Global Silence, even if you're under the Waning Rift.
Dire are
It's,
scanning.
Another rough fight. Epic is not going to make it away, right? Okay.
Nah.
Blink was up in a second. I'm like, hang on. I mean, TP was also already pre-used, but I mean, you dragged all 5 heroes down.
Is under attack.
So
Charging
it's.
top though. Rotations are coming.
I think they relocated here. Yeah, they did. So they're back out to safety. It is a.
They know where it is.
It's a different game though than bottom. Tim's gonna charge up the Rolling Thunder. There were a couple of answers top in regards to the Invoker. If they can chain lock down the Sven, but there's the gobble up still. Snapfire needs to find the location away. They won't get it. Now, In Your Dream, BKB, Global Science laid out as well. But In Your Dream's going to be
Charge is coming,
cautious. Mizu, can he provide enough assistance for the Sven to get out to safety or lock in Yopaj? What a beautiful placement with the Sunstrike as well, preempting the bounce back thanks to the Nether Strike. But still, Mizu, this is a big kill to find considering he's flawless at the moment. 569 gold. Do they have a TP cancel? They do not. But we are seeing the difference in this game. The lack of vision that Galaxy Racer have. Like, there's no Beastmaster that Boom had in game 1, so they cannot suffocate them inside the base. Boom are being able to get outside, shove out the side lanes, which is forcing Galaxy Racer to make some mistakes.
It does still feel like they can look to come back into this, though. You're going up against this. I mean, most of the time you do go the Warcry armor on the Sven, but I feel like this is definitely the movement speed sort of game. You constantly want to be able to avoid a lot of this kiting that Boom are constantly trying to do to you. Of course, the Spirit Breaker helps in a big way, but the Sven, you can even just see he's trying to be as elusive as possible with the Shadow Blade, eventually going to build it into the Silver Edge, but he's also got the Blink Dagger after those first couple of key items. So it's clear that the MO for them is find the IO, find the Puck, burst them down, and suddenly our team fight feels so much stronger.
How much of an issue do you think it is that Galaxy Racer didn't take Roshan when they made the attempt? Because how long do you think it's been now? 5 minutes, maybe?
It's not even that big of a deal in my eyes. I mean, it's a bit more of a big deal, to be honest, that they're looking to make this play
Bottom
without
lane.
farming up the...
Mizu, they
400.
relocated on top of him. So when he tried the TP, I mean, they were smoked as 4, but into
Go
Rosh, they
Rosh.
go, I feel like if no one's TPing down bot, you should know something's happening on the map, but Roche is falling pretty fast. Maybe they're happy with just a kill in the tower. The reason why I brought up Roshan is because Boom had just been avoiding Galaxy Racer. There's no way Europage
Your
still
punch
this.
couldn't do this, could he?
Like, Boom have just been avoiding Dire. Their pickoff is solely on the Spirit Breaker, pretty much. And if you have the Aegis, then you force Boom to take that fight. You confront them at an objective, which is what you want. You had an 8,000 lead, so you're super strong. You've got the Aegis, you take down objectives, and then it's like, okay, Boom, what do? We get maybe creep kills, or we give up a tower. That's not a worthwhile trade. So they get the Aegis 28 minutes in. Is it too late, though?
I still don't think it is. You know, I feel like you've still hit these pretty decent timings on Galaxy Racer. Now you've got the Aghanim Scepter on the Spirit Breaker. He's got his level 3 ultimate. Sven's hit up onto level 20. He did go for the Warcry armor just to be able to protect the rest of his team. And he's also got that Silver Edge. So I feel like this is all going to combine pretty well together. Hell, even just having that ceremonial robe is going to be amazing for the extra little duration on the Global Silence as well.
Yeah, we've seen they've been putting a lot of emphasis on Polison with the Global Silence just to really give them an opportunity to kill off the puck. Which Yule Scepter is not going to make it that much easier.
So even going into the Ags here now on the Silencer, I prefer that to the Refresher, to be honest. Just the consistent damage that you're able to layer out.
CTM, they look to jump the IO. Heroes are on the back line, but they're not going to try and show themselves to protect the 5.
Where's the Ag shot on the PL? Yeah, I'm agreeing with you though. I'm not sure how strong it is in this game, considering how late he's been able to pick it up. The fact that he didn't talent into the Spirit Lance talent.
It's
annoying still.
Oh yeah,
to be
look
able
what
to
it's
play
doing.
into it for sure.
I mean, Sven needs mana, Mizu needs mana as well in the Spirit Breaker. If he gets... you might lose one tier 2 tower. How long ages they got? They still got 3 minutes. But he's pretty close to Scardy, and still their defense is very solid. You see how they're splitting up the map? Like, Parker's got boots of travel. Tim's has also been able to find a lot of farm, considering how rough of a game he's had. So, there is... Boomer brought this back, man. Just the slow-paced rat game. They're getting farm and also trying another pick-off on Mizu. I'll charge up the Rolling Thunder. Oh, they just missed. However, the initial jump, and now this is given ample time for Galaxy Racer to be able to connect. They need to get out of dodge. Tim's with this last duration still. Mizu looking to charge on forward in your dream, standing hand in hand. Cataclysm drop. Should only get them the kill on the IO, as long as the rest of the cores can make it away. But Tim stalk from Alacrity. Oh, is he going to find him? Tim's?
Perfect line.
Run straight into him. He's actually still got the Aghanim shot. I believe the Tornado would have given him some vision. Alacrity, he's got no abilities to use. Tim's got no mana, however. Aeon Disc pop. You hate to see the Aeon Disc pop like that, but they'll finally find him. Mizu giving them the vision, but... I mean, gee,
You're gonna say it. Palos was farming the entire time. Yopaj got away.
Yeah, they're getting nothing out of the Aegis. You hate to see the Aeon Disc pop like that, but... They're getting nothing out of the Aegis.
They'll get a tier 2 tower. They will. But... are you going to lose your own tier 2 tower in response? You know, they're going to try and park Mizu up here to push out the...
top tower is under attack.
Well, maybe Palos, though. He's on his own. Oh, that's a very dangerous spot to be on this PL right now.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Tier 2 obtained. Some objective was secured. They finally do get the real charge off onto the real PL.
Oh, Scotty, is it going to be enough health? Palos, nice man to dodge. Gets rid of the opportunity for the stun locks there. They're even going to lay down the Global Silence. So the early use of the Manta won't have a way to get rid of her. But he's actually going to look to send his ground and man fight as the illusion deals with the backline. But in your dream, cutting off the retreat. A big kill to finally get, as Palos has been ever slippery throughout this game.
He's gone for more. Yopaj, is he playing around his vision? That Sentry Ward is just going to clip onto him there. Ooh.
Nice face shift.
That is some quick reaction times required.
You want to fight me? Come on, brother.
Well,
Let's brawl it out right now. Still got
Aegis,
BKB. Still
only
got Aegis as well.
25.
Will they even get through the first life? Okay, they will. Mizu found the target of Yopaj in the backline, but FBZ,
nice
the
toss.
toss to safety. Gonna try and get out of dodge here, which they will be successful. So, I mean, the Aegis is about to tick out, but they'll make sure they secure nothing but the last duration of it.
Silence.
Are you a believer in Galaxy Racer yet, now that they were able to take out the PL? Or do you feel like that was just Palace being in a not-so-ideal position?
Oh, Tim's, hold that thought. I think if Puck goes Ag Scepter, they win this game. I think he needs it to control the Sven. You just have to play around him. PL needs to jump the Invoker. Do not allow Alacrity to cast free spells in a fight. That's your main objective, I feel like. Silencer, maybe, and then Invoker. You want as much chaos as possible to not allow him to, freely think of what abilities he wants to use. And with the Aghanims on the Puck, it will give you an opportunity to really minimize what Sven can do. Yopaj is going to go in Dagon, so he feels like they're lacking maybe some burst, or Yopaj wants the opportunity to just deal with Silencer himself.
Amazing what you'll find laying around.
I really want Spirit Breaker to have that BKB picked up as well. I feel like that's going to go a huge way towards their team fight. Just constantly be standing in on the front lines with your solid damage. You've already got the spider legs to be able to play around the high ground.
Coming outside the base, FBDs to jump. They bursted through the Silencer, but he's got to buy back if he wants to rejoin the fight. But in your dream, still with the Cataclysm combination. They're unable to bring anyone down. A very good start as they're kiting the Sven through and through. Split up fight at the moment. But Palace hasn't been able to lock on target as well. They've wasted the BKB duration, but now find on top of the backline. They'll lay it through the artillery. But still, they're going to be cautious how long they stick through. In your dream, a jump in forward. Palace is in trouble. The Manta already used, and the Sven will rip apart the Phantom Lancer. Now, meanwhile, with the backline, Yopaj is trying to deal with the support. The helper Tims is enough to kill the Snapfire. Down for 70 seconds, but still, you've got to be cautious if you feed away too many kills. Boom. They're still sticking by. FBZ looking for the jump. Do they have detection to go through the Spirit Breaker? They do. In your dream, he doesn't have the core strength as well, so maybe they can kite it without the damage and relocate back to safety.
I reckon you got to get out of this.
I don't know if you
can't
can
stay
fight
on
it.
in your dream. They're just going to come back. No God Strength, no Aegis. Regeneration, though.
Yopaj is a bit away from CTM and FBZ. They're actually just going to look to jump the Silencer. In your dream, back involved. They can't lock onto a target thanks to the beautiful Silence. To the northern side, Alacrity has found CTM, but the lockdown's lacking until In Your Dream comes into the fray. They'll get rid of the ball of light, but still Boom continuing to stick around as FBZ, another jump in, toss away, but In Your Dream. Incredibly tanky, been able to coil lock. He's forced to stand his ground in man fight. With the back of Alacrity, that's enough. Still with a phase shift, the control is lacking. So they can finally deal with the pesky Sven, but Puck is going to be cautious. Great timing with the Yules. Yopaj is out of there. So a long, drawn-out fight. We still see the issues, though, that you can go against the Phantom Lancer when the Sven can lock onto the target.
And that Puck, though, Yopaj is doing so much in all these team fights. Like, him and Tim's completely zoned out half of Galaxy Racer. You got to feel for Paulson. Both times he was just there, got instantly picked off first, respawns, TPs in, instantly dies again. So you didn't get the value out of the Global Silence. It's a bit of a shame, but yeah, Boom, they're still alive and kicking somehow in this game.
I mean, there was a stage where it was, what, 94% or 96%? It's now only 62 for Galaxy Racer. So
That's stonks right there.
That is stonks indeed. Mizu. We've seen what this hero can do as the game goes on, but Boom, coming outside the base once
BKB
again.
as well.
They don't have FBZ, which was a big factor in those fights. So Rolling Thunder on cooldown. And Snap's even got a blink, so they've got their own kind of survivability. Could blink, gobble someone up. I just... Can the PL do it? He's still playing behind the Sven, which is a big issue.
I'm not sure if PL can do it. I feel like Yopaj can. Like, he's building now into damage. He's got the Dagon starting to build up now. So I feel like Alacrity, he's had to use his BKB a couple of times, but you know, these team fights are going on for so long that I feel like you're going to get insane value out of a Dagon 5.
Okay, so if you kite the Sven's BKB and you kill off Mizu and Snap, which is a lot of their control, then it might not matter if you don't have Aghanims on the puck. It should just give you a way to avoid the Sven and kite him. What talents did he go?
Oh, Liquor is such a nice thing to be able to pick up here for Boom. Up against the silence, of course. You're always going to be able to get out of it, so suddenly I wonder who's even going to hold on to it here. Please don't tell me no one.
Has been killed.
What's CTM? Oh, he's got the Paladin sword. Okay, I mean, and he's very good with the
It's
IO.
such value, man. I know it is, but also you want to be able to get out of that global silence.
Mizu? The drive-by! Oh, they stunned Tims! What a blink after the Rolling Thunder. It might not cost him anything. Mizu actually going to go for a BKB TP out. An even better Tornado, giving him the opportunity.
The Rolling Thunder now, though, might open up a big opportunity for Galaxy Race to make a play.
They just see Yopaj. Lincoln's is so hard to go through.
He's so close to getting a Satanic as well right now on the Sven.
Invisibility.
They're going to force a
Second Roche.
fight. And
I think without Rolling Thunder, you're happy to, yeah.
Alacrity?
It's just the one hero, though. He's taking it so slow.
And you don't want to pop God Strength this early on.
No. I think with Alacrity and... Alacrity's Alacrity. And the Solar Crest, you'll be able to do a decent enough job, but...
Do they care? I don't know if they care. I think you have to take a fight in the open area. In a close vicinity like Roshan, it could get too clumped up and difficult for PL to kite. I believe Boom can still defend high ground with ease.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It happened. They gave him the Ag Shard. Alright, Snapfire, time to win the game by finding the real PL.
Dire's bottom tower.
Okay, we'll see if this comes into a factor.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, what a game too. There's decider for if Galaxy Racer are knocked down to the lower bracket. I guess we should also highlight for anyone that isn't aware, of course, these boys are still just playing. Oh, we don't have the opportunity in your dream. He's got our Tims. Aeon is popped. He's going to look to try and roll, and Thunder is out to safety. They even lay down the global silence.
Sure if that was needed.
Stopping the TP from Tims. A heavy commitment, though, to get the kill. He's now going to be able to go for the ultimate. Is it enough? Oh, Tornado timing. So Tims, nonetheless, will sacrifice. But the lanes are shoved out. Oh, FBC's underneath an Observer Watch Sentry. Is he going to burst through Polison?
Of course he is.
Blink up in a couple seconds. In Your Dream slowed as well. Oh, just disjoints. Charging on forward, though. Mizu, he's too fast for the rest of the team. They're going to be cautious. Palos needs to start stacking up the illusions. In Your Dream without boots is very slow. See how he can get kited. Alacrity, BKB pop. They're locked on top of the ball of light. He's got the buyback to reach on the fight. But now with the backline, they're trying to deal with Yokam. Half-life here with the Snapfire. So slippery is Yopaj. They need the initial control, and they haven't found it just yet. With the buybacks coming into the fray, it's a heavy commitment here from Boom, but they're looking to try and take this fight and find an avenue back into the second game. So they've already dealt with the silence of the Snapfire as well, but In Your Dream, he doesn't want to pop the God Strength. In fact, he doesn't even have the mana to be able to do so. So they'll rip apart the first life, and simultaneously up to the northern side, Yopaj, along with FBZ, is targeting Mizu, but now with round 2, In Your Dream, he needs a target. He can't find anyone, though. God Strength, BKB committed to. They have the detection. They do. Your Scepter, last second Dire. You might have to buy back if you lose him here. I don't think he's going to buy back on the Sven. Mizu coming back to safety. They're on top of the high gun. They're going to drive deep. Tier 2, Tier 3. They don't give a damn. Down for 100 seconds on the deck. Mizu's the next target as well. It's Boom. They found the avenue.
They're just slowly dying. Alacrity didn't buy back. He had it available. I guess wanting the BKB available for himself, and now you're eventually going to buy back, but this feels like a bit of a desperation play. You know, you could have saved the Sven. No, you would hate to be, if this is how they drop down to the lower bracket when it was such a good early game coming through from Galaxy Racer. It's going to push him further away from picking up that sheep stick as well.
Let's see what the Goblin can do. FBZ, Cataclysm, an early use of the Cata. Doesn't give them any kills. Is at least pushing back Boom.
I mean, sure, but all you got to do is wait. You know, they don't have anything outside of this Sven now. A little silence, but it feels like you still are lacking the follow-up. He's changed back. He went into the refresher off.
Coil drop. Sims has the follow-up as well. They need every hero they can get. He's got no buyback. So Galaxy Racer will at least make it inside the base. You cannot use Polyson. He just bought out for the refresher. Like, this man has to stay alive. You need double global. Without the
you got to give up this laner Rax. You got to wait 15 seconds, and then you got to try and fight. But I feel like Boom, they're measured enough that they'll be like, you know what, we'll take this, we'll back off, we'll look to play around the top side of the map, take the tier 2 tower, take the outpost away from them, and look to continue pressuring our advantage. But have a look at that win probability graph. It is
Jesus Christ. Alacrity? Wait, they're looking to take the fight. CTM. Do have to keep in mind, Boom, they did buyback on both their supports previously. Still catch out the eye. Mizu looking to find more as well. They actually don't commit on CTM. Mizu getting a little bit greedy for the +1. Is it going to cost them? They've got the higher gun. Sven back alive as well. So the eye down is a lot of the stem. The jump on the back on as well. No Pankali. 110 seconds on the deck. Split up fights once again. Palace looking to get involved in your dream, getting kite at the moment, but he's still got the BKB. The initial stun lock's there. Can they control Palace perfectly? A doppel out to safety. He's trying to get on top of Alacrity. They got this stun, but they need to follow up. It's not there. Again, Palace somehow playing through the wings of the fight. They've kited the BKB. They're kiting the Sven as well. A toss away back to safety. Is enough. He's stuck in the air. FBZ. A nice attempt to keep him alive, but in your dream, Estona to 2, another Yo Scepter, but Mizu consistently locking them through and through, but Palos somehow is out. They're looking at Cookie follow-up in your dream, hasn't been able to lock onto a target again. Now Palos is back in and involved. He's trying to lock on top of the snap fire. Eurocamp just relying on top of the Trista cloak. There's no way. They even scanned just to make sure that Yopaj should follow up. He's a little bit lacking on the mana. Oh, the gobble up. Oh my, oh my.
Oh man, they actually got connected the Stormhammer onto the PL, but they started hitting the wrong one afterwards. They thought, surely not. Surely we're not going to be able to go on to the real one. And, well, with Palos being able to survive, sure, you get the kills on the heroes without buyback on Boom, but that brings up the PL to his level 25.
I got no idea what's going on in these fights. These fights are so chaotic. They're
It's Yopaj. It is 100% Yopaj. He's creating so much space. I talked about the power of that Dagon 5. He's even now got the E-Blade as well to combine together with it. He's just creating so much space. Even then, when they landed the Stormhammer onto both the Tiny and the PL, Yopaj is there to get the Yule Scepter off. Perfect place, perfect time. He is straight up saving this game for Boom.
You just see there's no clean fights. And like you said, that's the reason because of Yopaj. They are not giving them the opportunity to take this head-on-head fight, which is exactly what Palos does not want. I mean, are there any items that Dire can go for to enable this?
Oh, he's got an arcane blink on the puck now. So, if you're one of the supports, you hate yourself as soon as you see this, because you basically can never cast spells as long as that arcane blink is used to be able to start this.
I mean, that was a dieback on Alacrity as well, keep in mind. So they're just looking for the top set of barracks. I mean, he's up in 30. But Palace 25, 6k gold in the bank as well, and
it's gonna be against Megas.
This do have still a set mid. I believe it's ranged. So they won't. See if they
I feel like he commit for the range.
In your dream, just completed MKB. As soon as Palace finished the butterfly backline, oof! Bipolar Son, he's got a buyback. They're even going to toss in your dream, but he doesn't want to commit the BKB too early once again. The save your teammate coming through from FBZ with the toss. There's the buyback. One use of the global silence. They haven't locked onto any of the targets. The Godshot completely wasted a moment. They just can't lock onto Yopaj. The puck's so slippery. They're trying to get involved. Spirit Breaker, can they do anything? They found Yopaj, they'll bring it down. That's a huge target to be able to kill off here, but now still they're on top of Alacrity. Palos hasn't found an angle in. So
Nice
looking to try and play
tornado.
the outskirts. We got Mega Creeps as well, but in your dream, the cleave going to work. The God Strength soon to expire, so the damage is going to be lacking. But boom, they've lost 2. Now they can target onto Palace, but maybe this is a free fight. Not having to worry about the God Strength, but that's meaning in your dreams, got to be cautious because Palace has got nothing to fear. Mana gone, soon to be health gone as well from in your dream, unless the assistance comes out fast enough. But they know this is the fight for Boom to take it.
gobble, the
Buybacks are
gobble.
lacking, the health are lacking, but the gobble up! I don't know if it's enough. You might just be able to end it. The creeps are inside the base.
You got a glyph, man. There's so many creeps.
Structures are
Oh, it's
fortified.
a little too
Tier
late.
4's gone. In your dream once again. He's going to look to try and find the tiny, but CTM, the IO, it's too much to stay in. The G's are dropped and boom. How do they do it?
Oh, that's why you sign Yopaj to your team, because he enables Palace to get a rampage at the end of the game like that. That was one of the best puck performances I've seen in a long time.
I mean, they ended on a goddamn rampage, man. Boom played exceptional to be able to come back in this game. Methodical performance, just slowing the pace of the game down, splitting up the map, making sure they could find their farm. And then in the fights, look how they were playing. The prioritization. Kite the Sven, don't let him lock onto you.
Just want to have a quick look at Yopaj's damage. Yep, 50,000. Sounds about right. And I'm sure that probably about 40,000 of that was done in the second half of the game because he popped off. Stonks are real for the Yopaj puck.
They are rising for Boom as well. A performance like that, a 2-0 victory to knock Galaxy Racer down to the lower bracket. Wow. I mean, well, I'm still speechless. What a performance.
Ooh.
Take it.
I would have a look back at like how far ahead were they? I think it was like 3 kills to 23.
Yeah. 8k
And
lead.
was it only 8k?
Yeah.
Nearly 10k at one stage of the game, right? 15k experience lead, win probability sitting at, let's say, 90%, and they're still able to pull it back after what was a disastrous start to the game, just finding the right pickoffs time after time after time. It's crazy.
It's crazy what a performance like that can do. I mean, the fact that they're able to come back and just recognize we just have to play like this, delay the game as long as possible. And they've now secured a third place finish. They're going to move on upper bracket final. They've got a potential to secure a second place finish if they can take down SMG. Keep in mind, I believe in the group stages, SMG did 2-0 Boom. So they've
That was
got a
right towards the end, right?
Yeah, that was right towards the end. We do have we do have an interview coming through. It is going to be CTM. We're just waiting for him to join us. So that's going to be exciting person to be able to speak to. I mean, again, Yopaj, what a showing though. This man, I just, like you were saying, I mean, there's a big reason why he was the hot commodity through the swaps, the roster swaps, and his tiny performance in game 1. What did he go like 18-1 and something, and then now the puck as well. I mean, what did he start with? He was 1-4, 1-5, and then he finished 13-6. Huh.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
And you know what turned it around? The Dagon. The Dagon. They just needed damage. They needed to be able to quickly burst through the right heroes. It always seemed to be Paulison. You know, you're able to take out that silencer. It felt like he was a global silence bot. And that's a little unfortunate considering how effective a silencer is in this game. Can you imagine with all of the action that Yopaj was able to make happen, if you were able to get, you know, the AoE last word onto him? I think that's a completely different game.
Well, we do have CTM waiting. We'll bring him in. CTM. And congratulations. What a performance like that to come back and take the series 2-0. I mean, again, it has to be asked, how are you guys feeling with the comeback?
Feeling good.
Good, there we go.
Is Japor your idol as well?
Yeah, it's my idol.
Were you surprised that they let you have the Io and Tiny in the second game after how effective they were in game number 1?
I think I'm surprised with the IO because it's our comfort hero.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
mostly teams Mostly other teams ban it.
Yeah, that's right. And for them to not ban it 2 games in a row, especially with how effective it was in game number one, without revealing too much, what do you feel the IO provides to you guys that a lot of other teams aren't realizing?
Maybe we just good playing. We are good playing around the map. Like we control the map and we use the IO
Yeah, for sure.
token.
I mean, it felt like ever since you guys were playing on Neon, that was when you were strongest. You know, when you were able to play all around the map at all stages of the game. So something like IO fits really well. I want to talk about your connection with Palos as well, because I know before you moved to the position 5 role, you were playing a lot of the position 5 in pubs, and you were getting very frustrated with a lot of your carries because they weren't doing the right things. Do
Yeah.
you feel like Paulus is doing a lot of the right things? And even if he's not, is he good at listening to you and knowing how you want him to move around the map?
For now, he doesn't really do the right thing, but he always listen. What that's what he's good at. He listens to us and he
It's
learn.
always great. Yeah, that's great to hear. Are you enjoying playing POS 5 after having seemingly played every single other role in Dota up until this point?
Yeah, I really enjoy because for last 3 years I really wanna play post 5 already, but only this season I got chance to play post 5.
Yeah,
How
for sure.
how has it been with Tim's joining the roster as well? Do you just feel like he's adding like a different look at Dota and also joining with FBZ too?
Yep, we share our idea on our past teams, then we keep talking about how we wanna play.
Yeah, well, it looks like you guys have some incredible ideas on how to play Dota with the performance we saw through the groups and now also 2-0 in Galaxy Racer. Through the game, how hectic the game 2 was, who's mainly the shot caller throughout the later stages? Who's the one communicating all the plays?
Uh, Mostly Japoy, Teams, and me. We keep calling that we need to just drag the game and we will win.
Well, you guys did an exceptional job of that. Danog, any other questions?
No, not really. Other than you're coming up against SMG next in the upper bracket final. Do you have any words for them? Just to get the fans all excited and hyped up.
Uh, no, not really. Just good luck, I think.
Keeping nice and humble. I'm sure it'll be a different story if you beat them. But thank you very much, CTM, for joining us. All the best and great performances today from you and your team.
Okay, GG. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. I mean, Danog, what a performance from Boom, taking the series 2-0. Galaxy Racer, they're not out of the tournament just yet. Knocked down to the lower bracket where they're going to face Polaris Esports. Of course, we saw earlier on in the day as well, Execration were knocked down by Team SMG. What a day of action we've had. It's only day 2 of the playoffs.
Man, I just want to highlight as well in that game how many times we saw it with Bob earlier today where he went like 16, 2, and 14 or something like that and lost. And now we have In Your Dream going 17, 3, and 13 and losing. So even Kami-sama isn't able to bring it across the line when he's playing a pretty good game. Like, with the amount that he was getting kited around, I'm surprised that he was able to get a score like that.
I mean, he performed like that, and you didn't even have his background. So maybe it's not all you. He can do it himself, Kami-sama. And unfortunately for them, they will be knocked down to the lower bracket. Of course, still another opportunity, but another day done and dusted here for the BTS Pro Series Season 8. Tomorrow, we got our third day of the playoffs, the lower bracket round 2, where we'll see 2 more teams eliminated. It'll be Execration versus Motivate Trust to kick us off, and then the boys on Galaxy Racer up against Polaris. Same starting time. We'll see you all then for more BTS Pro Series Season 8 playoff action.